Hi, ladies. I hope everyone is having a fabulous day. I wanted to come out and talk about my journey with book writing and why support was probably the number one factor that took me from an idea to my published masterpiece. I posted a picture recently on Facebook that I had got done. It was a professional picture that I used for my website, and it had a few pictures of my books. And I got tons of inboxes of people saying, like, you make it look so easy, and how did you get there? And, oh, I wish that it was as easy for me to write, or I wish I was as good of a writer as you are, and things like that. And the truth is, I'm not an amazing writer, right? I didn't go to school and major in English, right? My punctuation is all over the place. I write from the heart and I write very conversational because I feel like that's what's having an impact. But I'm not an amazing writer. And in fact, I was actually told at one point that my writing was not good enough and that I wasn't going to accomplish anything with my book writing goal. And I had a teacher tell me that I should basically just really kind of go in a different direction. She was trying to sway me in a different direction because she did not believe that my book writing would be successful because I was not a confident or a strong or a very skilled writer. But despite all of that, I pushed past it and I was able to accomplish what I desired to accomplish, and actually even more because I had a desire to publish one book and I've now published several. But that all started with a little bit of confidence, a little bit of willingness to step outside of my comfort zone and get to the other side of where I desire to be, the side of success that I envisioned for myself. And so, one of the things when looking back, when thinking back to like why I got started or how I got started or what gave me the extra momentum was the accountability and support that I received. So, there were two things. One, I had told my mom about the book, right? And I remember thinking, like, I'm not going to tell anybody about the book, but I told my mom on accident because she was asking me what I was doing one day and I shared it with her. And then she's like, oh, that's really cool. And then from that day forward, every time we spoke, she would just randomly question it. Like, hey, Nicole, yeah, how's that book going? Oh, did you get any farther with it? Did you pick a title yet? Did you whatever? She would ask random questions. And those little bit of questions that she asked that were constantly like triggers or reminders of what it is that I wanted to accomplish, it would remind me to get back on track. It would remind me, oh, I better pick up and start writing. So that accountability served as a reminder of what I should have been doing, what steps I should be taking, what goal I should be working on. And then I took it a step further. I decided to get a coach. And my coach was going to support me with taking this book and supersizing it and turning it in to a conference or a workshop or even a business. I didn't even really kind of know where it was going to go. And when I hired a coach, it changed everything, right? When you are trying to do everything on your own, and a lot of us independent women assume that we can do everything on our own, it oftentimes will slow you down. It will oftentimes make things a little bit more challenging. Not to say that it's impossible, but one thing that I had to learn, especially as I was very prideful and liking to do things on my own and being very private about what I was working on, I had to learn that it was okay to ask for support, that it was okay to ask for help, that it was okay to need assistance or direction. And in fact, not only was it okay, it was going to be most beneficial for me if I wanted the success. And so when I hired a coach, she pulled me, she tugged me, she pushed me towards what it was I wanted. She gave me steps, she gave me direction. She honestly gave me purpose, right? Because I don't even think I understood the purpose behind what it was I wanted. I just felt like that was the next thing to do. But she gave all of that to me in order for me to remember what I was doing this for, and in order to remember that I not only wanted an income, but more importantly, I wanted to have an impact. And so it really, really inspired me. And I want to share this with you because there's so many people that are walking on this journey and they are assuming like, oh, I can do this. I don't need any help, or so and so did it, so I can do it. But you never know how support can change everything. Why would you reinvent the wheel? Why would you start from scratch and try to write a book and then say, oh, I can't figure this out, or I don't know the answer to this, or I'm all over the place with this, or this isn't making sense, when you can have somebody who's there to give you actual tangible steps that they followed, a system that they have in place to actually make you successful with it. Why? Because a lot of us are prideful. We don't think we're not confident enough in our goals to feel like there's an importance in investing. And unfortunately, what that does is it ultimately sets us back. It doesn't push us any closer to where we desire to be. So I read a statistic today and it was about horses, okay? So if you think about it, if two horses are trying to pull a load, they usually can pull around 9,000 pounds. Huge, right? So if you multiply that and you think that, all right, well, how I'm going to get four horses to pull this load, right? This is back in the olden days, but I thought it was fabulous, a fabulous illustration for this. So if you multiply that and you say, all right, I'm going to get 4 horses, what would you assume that they'd be able to pull? Naturally, by doing math, if two can pull 9,000, you would think four can pull 18,000. The truth is, four horses can actually pull over 30,000 pounds. And I share all of this to say that when you think that you can go at it alone and you think that you can hold the weight and you can pull the weight and you can take on the challenge and you can learn all the steps, you probably could, but it's going to take you longer. It's going to be more painful. It's going to be more challenging. But when you bring a team on, right, when you have all these people in your corner that are encouraging you and supporting you and giving you these things, now you're able to pull the load. Now you're able to take the goal and work towards it and not be as overwhelmed, not struggle as much, not feel as weak, not want to throw in the towel as much because you have the support. And so when I look back on my team, the people that I had on my team was I had my mom, who was an accountability partner, which was awesome. I had a mentor. So a lady that I looked up to that had started her own business and was, was out of her 9 to 5 and was doing wonderful things with her life and her business. And then I had a coach. And so there was 4 of us all working on one goal for me. And so when people look at my pictures and they assume, wow, Nicolia must have, had it easy. Nicolia must have had it all figured out, or it must have come off easy. It wasn't always like that. In fact, it was beyond challenging. And even with the team, there were still challenges. But the difference was when I brought my team on, I wasn't as quick to throw in the towel. I wasn't as quick to give up. I wasn't as quick to get frustrated or just be like, this goal is stupid. I had people that were in my corner that were giving me step-by-step directions that were pushing me closer to my goal. And so my question to you today is, who is in your corner? Who is on your team? Who is helping to push you in the right direction? And if you think about it, and you have somebody in your corner that's kind of on the fence, they're kind of in the middle, they're off your team, right? If somebody's in the middle and like one day they're supporting you, the next day they're telling you your goal is irrelevant, they need to just be gone, right? You need people that are going to be positive, that are going to be uplifting, that are going to be encouraging, that are going to be inspirational, that are going to be pushing you towards your goal. You don't need somebody kind of teeter-totting in the middle, kind of figuring out where they want to be. You want someone who is there and is dedicated and is willing to give you stuff. Not only that, not only do you need somebody in the background giving you good motivation and feedback, you need someone who is actually going to know what they're doing, someone who is actually going to support you, someone who can actually give you the steps that you need to take so that when you walk into the process, you're less overwhelmed and then you can go forward and accomplish whatever it is that you desire to accomplish. And so my challenge to you today and this week is to develop your team. Where can you find a mentor? Where can you find a coach? Where can you find an accountability partner? Because remember, those 4 horses together pulled over 30,000 pounds. So imagine the weight that you can move. Imagine what you can accomplish with 4 people, including yourself, on a team going after whatever it is that you desire. So that is my strategy for you guys today that I know has helped me be successful on my journey. If you're looking for more support in your individual goal setting process, please do not hesitate. Check the link below. I'm offering a free strategy sessions where you can share what it is that you're desiring to accomplish. But not only that, I'm offering an opportunity for me to be able to give you support and accountability and feedback during these strategy sessions so that we can figure out where you are going and the next steps that you can take. So remember, check out the link below. And as always, continue with clarity. Bye, guys.